What's up, Rapids fans? Welcome to this edition of The Rundown, and a very special one because I've got Drew Moor and Jordan Angeli here with me. What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up?
Good. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk new things, Mike.
Well, speaking of new things, we do have Leagues Cup coming up. So we just played our match against the Houston Dynamo at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. With that, it puts a pause on league play, both for MLS and for the Liga MX teams over in Mexico. Leagues Cup coming up on Sunday, July 23rd, when we go to Geodis Park to play Nashville. Drew, I'm going to start with you. You have experience playing in CONCACAF Champions League against Mexican teams. Granted, we will not be going to Mexico to play, but nonetheless, the competition against Mexican teams is stiff. It is difficult. So talk to us about your experiences and how meaningful this tournament kind of is to be able to play such meaningful competition.
It's interesting. You said we don't have to go to Mexico, which I think will be good for the MLS teams because those are difficult atmospheres to go play in. With that being said, I think there will be plenty of Mexican supporters when Liga MX teams do play in these MLS stadiums, right? And so that will be something to keep an eye on for sure. But Liga MX is an extremely good league with very good teams and very good players. And my experience with the Champions League is that you have to be on your A game if you expect to get anything out of matches against these Mexican sides. And I don't think that Leagues Cup will be any different. Of course, the Rapids do play an MLS team first in Nashville, which will be a very tricky first match at their place. Very good atmosphere, very good players. But I'm just excited for this competition as a whole. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. There's been so much talk for so long about Liga MX, MLS, who's best in North America. Well, let's figure it out. And I like that the competition's a little bit different. I like if it's a draw, it goes straight to PKs, add a little bit, some American flavor in there, right? But this is going to be fun, good competition, something different in the middle of the season. So let's kick it off. I think we're all ready to get it going.
So as we mentioned earlier, I'm going to stick with you, Jordan, on this with Nashville. That's our first opponent. And last year when we went, granted, for league play to Nashville, it was a 4-1 loss there in Geodis Park. Hani Mukhtar had himself a night as well. And it's inarguable. He's one of the best players in the league. He's playing at an MVP level. Rather, he's petered out a little bit recently, but he's just so good he can just switch it on, and that's the biggest worry for the Rapids, I would think, going into this match against them.
You can't underestimate Hani Mukhtar, and no matter when you see him, if he's on a roll, if he's not on a roll, because he can change a game in an instant, and that is why he is the reigning MVP. It's why he's a game changer for Nashville, and he has been over the course of his time there since they began. So I think that you have to be aware of where he is, especially in transition moments, because he can cut you up in those types of situations. So the Rapids have to be organized defensively and aware of where Mukhtar and Rondo Leal are, because those are two really good players for them going forward. But they've added pieces that can help them. Teal Bunbury, Schaffelberg has really been good on the wings. But it's not just that defensively. They're a tough team, and it's going to be hard for the Rapids to get a point on the road in a really difficult atmosphere.
Yeah, if you don't think Hani Mukhtar and Randall Leal and these players are going to step up in a competition like this, where there's going to be a lot of eyes on it globally, the Rapids need to key in defensively, especially on Hani Mukhtar, I feel like. And there's some places that they can get after Nashville and their defense as well, I feel like.
That's Drew and Jordan's take on what the Rapids will need to do to make sure they can earn something out of Geodis Park when we start Leagues Cup play. We actually spoke with the team leading up to that match.
Yeah, Leagues Cup we're super excited about. It's a new tournament, a great opportunity to win a trophy. We're just positive thinking, gearing up for the first game, and hopefully we can get on a good run here. Nashville's a great team. For me, they have some of the best players in the league. We know they're a threat going forward. They're very sound defensively, but we can find ways to exploit them and hopefully score some goals and get out of there with 3 points. Yeah, I think going into the Leagues Cup, it's a great opportunity for us to turn a new page in the season. We still have a lot of games to play left in the MLS regular season. So if we can get on a good run in Leagues Cup, hopefully it'll spark us for the back half of the season.
All right, guys, so we did hear from the team in terms of how we should go about this match. against Nashville to start our Leagues Cup campaign. Jordan, I'm going to start with you here. What the Rapids will need to do, what you think the Rapids will need to do to make sure they can get something out of Geodis Park and maybe even the 3 points?
Yeah, first, carry the momentum that they've had over the last couple of games. With the inclusion of Andrew Gutman, this team just looks so much more balanced when they go forward. There's more options, and you're more threatening because a team doesn't know exactly how you're going to attack. So use that momentum and make sure that they punish Nashville. So using that early in the game to jump on this Nashville squad and silence the crowd, I think is going to be really big.
Yeah, silencing the crowd will be huge because it is a very good atmosphere in Nashville. And I feel like a Gary Smith coach team, you expect them to be very tight defensively, which Nashville has been. So you have to get them uncomfortable. You have to get them out of position. And I feel like the Rapids using their wing play, which they're very good at. They've got some athletic players, some fast players in Calvin Harris, Kevin Cabral, Michael Barrios, Johnny Lewis. Take your pick. We don't know who they're going to trot out there yet. And then you have Gutman and Rosenberry getting up and down the left and right-hand sides. Get around their defense, make them uncomfortable, pull them out of positions, but you have to be lethal in the box, which is something that the Rapids have lacked this season. But this is a competition where it's a bit of a clean start, a fresh slate, right? Go, make them uncomfortable, be lethal in the box, be ruthless, forget about what's happened before. This is what matters now, right? And I feel like you have to make Gary Smith teams uncomfortable there in Nashville and take that crowd out of it.
Well, the last thing I would say is good rest defense. I think that your rest defense is going to be so important against this Nashville squad who can break quickly with a lot of numbers. So the organization from Maxu in the back and the Will Yarbrough, even defensively beyond that, making sure that the numbers are there and they are aware of where the threat can come from Nashville is going to be really important for this squad.
Drew. I'm excited. This is a brand new
competition. The whole competition, it's a month long.
Yeah.
It's MLS. It's Liga MX. Let's do it. Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, you guys are excited as Drew, myself, and Jordan. Again, this is an incredible competition that we have ahead of us. Every single team from MLS and Liga MX will be participating in this. And just as a refresher, for the Colorado Rapids, in their group, they'll have Nashville SC and Toluca FC. We'll kick off our Leagues Cup campaign against Nashville SC on Sunday, July 23rd at Geodis Park, and you can catch that on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Drew, Jordan, great to have you guys on this version of The Rundown. That's it for this edition of The Rundown.